Hello, everybody. Welcome back to The Password. I'm Elsie. If this is your first time, welcome. Thank you for joining us. And for those who have been supporting me from day one, thank you for returning. I do apologize that I haven't been posting. I had a lot going on and which required my attention, so I felt it was right for me to focus and give my best to those things. And right now I'm a lot freer. Hopefully this will be a regular thing. So thank you for joining me today. I hope you and your families are keeping safe as well during this time. Okay, starting, considering that this is our first one for a long time, I was thinking what would be the best topic for us to look into. And a friend of mine actually brought her son over, and I was just looking at little Jaden, and I just realized how time flies. A few months ago, Jaden was in nursery, and in a few days' time, he will be starting big school. And it just got me thinking, not only about how time flies, but about the responsibilities that will now be placed on Jaden. And it is part of growing up. We can't really, escape it. And I just got thinking about the expectations that will now be placed upon him, opinions and judgments, and by the teachers, by other parents, and by his peers even. And it's these opinions and judgments will be formed just by spending a few minutes or a few hours with Jaden. And it just got me thinking, is that really enough time to form an opinion of somebody? And I just thought it's really important to know who we are. And this does not only apply to somebody as little as Jaden, because when we are moving from one level to another, we should be expecting ourselves to be stretched, let it be physically, mentally, and emotionally. And the purpose of the stretching is so for us to exercise a muscle that we haven't really exercised before. And this is why it's important for us to spend time with ourselves, to know who we are, to know a bit about ourselves, to learn about our strengths, to know those muscles that require us that we need to exercise, and to love them, to get to know ourselves and reach that place of acceptance. That is very important, reaching the place of acceptance, not because we are perfect, because nobody is, and not because we do not have any insecurities, because all of us, we have insecurities. And I started to think that it's so sad that many of us form our identities based on the opinions of others and our experience. And those experiences might not be good experience, which can be quite very disruptive. Because I was thinking about it, if someone is sitting with me and we're looking at a tree and that person is not wearing their sunglasses and I'm wearing their sunglasses, even though we're looking at the same thing, our vision of it will be different. Mine will be tainted because of the sunglasses that I'm wearing. So if the experiences that I've had has not been very good and does not speak well of who I want to be, or give me a motivation, a good motivation of what the future holds for me, I will be seeing the world with that tainted glasses and not necessarily how things are. So as we are starting our newness, let it be like Jaden starting the big school, or you're moving from one level to another, secondary school, college, university, new job, whatever it is that we are doing, it is important for us to spend time with ourselves to get to know who we are. It is very, very important, because some of us are not at the place where parents can now shield you as they used to shield you from hearing certain things, or seeing some judgments or prejudice that you wouldn't have normally encountered, because they prevented you from seeing those things. And if we're not careful, we will begin to see ourselves through the eyes of those people, through their opinions, through their judgments, through their prejudice. So it is very important that we spend some time with ourselves to get to know who truly we are, and recognize that we are still growing and we are still learning, and get to that place where we know that we are not perfect, but we accept that, because nobody is perfect and we all have insecurities. Nobody has got it figured out. But the key is in knowing who you are. Spend some time with yourself. Spend some time with yourself to get to know what motivates you, what inspires you, the things that you love. Where did that come from? Is that because of that is what is trending at the moment, because you want to belong, or because you want to be seen, to be part of a particular group? Or is it because you actually love it? That course you're doing, is it because that you feel that is your calling, that is your purpose? These things are important for us to know. Knowing yourself and walking in your true purpose is where you're going to find your peace. That is where you're going to find your fulfillment. And if we are just going through life and anybody that throws an opinion or judgment on us, we take that in and we think to ourselves, okay, that's who I am. You're limiting yourself. And I'm not saying that we become aggressive in responding to people's ignorance. Not at all. But knowing yourself will give you this inner confidence, inner awareness, inner joy that you're not even going to be moved by somebody's small-mindedness. You will hear them out and you'll tell them, thank you for what you have just said, but I'm sorry, I don't quite agree with you. And you don't need to get into an argument with them on that, because you know who you are. And when you know who you are, you are flexible in terms of you're not arrogant. You're not always trying to prove a point to anyone. And you're quite secure within yourself, knowing that you're not perfect, but you have reached that place of acceptance. So my ending today is, I just want to make us aware, when somebody speaks to you as if they know you, take a moment and ask yourself, is this an opinion or is it a fact? And just because you're feeling something doesn't make it a fact either. Emotion is not a fact. Give yourself the time to have an alternative thought, because your teacher is there with you just a little, some amount of time. And the opinion that they form is not necessarily who you are. I remember growing up, as I always end my post with, I remember when I was a lot younger, and during my GCSEs, and I used to love writing stories and things like that. And I remember English Lit was my favorite subjects. And then went to one of my teachers, and I think it was the time that we went out for a week work experience, and she was saying to my parents, Miss McCarthy, she was saying to my parents that, oh, Elsie is a really nice person, she cares for people and she's this and that. I can see her doing really well in customer service, and she will eventually grow to a managerial position. And there is nothing wrong with that, but that wasn't my dream. And I just listened, and my mother and my father listened, and I love the way that my dad responded, and he said, if that's what she wants, then she will be great at it. because he knew me and he didn't feel the need to defend me. And I knew myself. I knew, okay, I was good at that job, but that's not the direction I want to go. That is not where my purpose is leading me. It is important for us to spend time with ourselves, get to know who we are, accept where we are, and take correction to develop, but do not take on somebody's opinion and make it a fact of who you are. I hope I'll see you guys next time. Thank you for watching. Please share, leave comments, any suggestions that you want us to discuss or anything. Please do leave a message for me, and I will definitely put that into practice. Thank you guys so much, and continue to keep safe in your family.